Hopping in the server, and we are live here on Inferno. Fluffy AIMERS going to be their best chance to really show us what they got. Next up, we head to Anubis, and well, that might be a tougher affair. So what do we got from the AIMERS? What do you think we got here, John?
Well, I mean, players to watch out for anyway. Probably going to be Jason. I think he's been one of those players that have been top fragging for quite some time for the squad. Usually, he's at the top of the scoreboard against Snakesden and Tsunami throughout relegation. He was at the top indeed with almost 100 frags combined amongst those two BO3s and did a ton of damage. In particular, up against Tsunami on Inferno, which we are here on right now at 93.1 ADR. So let's see if he can replicate that performance. He's the first point of contact potentially on Banana here.
Interesting. NEKiZ is just setting up a flash for biguzera, but it does mean that biguzera is very alone on this first phase, and he's going to just get deleted, so there's no chance to do anything about this. Now they will move to try and find the space. This is now a little concerning. And around they move. So back in towards A they go. Despite having gotten that kill, they're going to draw the rotation over. And, I mean, it's a good call for the Fluffy AIMERS, right? Get the kill, split the defense, but it's being read a little bit here by paiN. Once again, they're committed to dualies into the angle, and Skull's just going to get deleted. He gets baited forward. And now these pistols are seeing great results. Peeping. 2 quick pops, and the bomb's going down. I don't know how much of an attempt Zevy and NEKiZ are going to be able to get in this. Now, NEKiZ unarmored. He's got nothing to save, but he's also got nothing to get him through this on. So, look for some exit frags, and he will not find any. My goodness, that's relentless from the AIMERS.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, indeed. 1-0 in their favor. Don't lose a single body. Just the pistol round, so we can't judge too much from that. But pretty convincing start for them at the very least. paiN Gaming immediately going to go for the 4 spy here. They got a couple of 5.7s, a Deagle, an MP9, and the Scout. But the Fluffy AIMERS, they've already got the 3 AKs and the 2 Galils and a decent chunk of util as well. So we'll see if they can continue off of their hot start here on the pistol round and get a follow-up against a paiN Gaming squad that can be difficult to deal with on rounds like this. But DA, the newest addition, is going to get the opener. Then NEKiZ finds the trade, and Skulls charges down mid to drop Sacrifice. Look at this.
This is something paiN are so very good at. They're so lethal in every round that you just can't feel comfortable. And ooh, the bomb just slips into TX. That was a huge couple of kills coming through from Peeping and Learcy. Getting this back under wax. Still, the rifles are the ones that have escaped, and the bomb sticking around. Doesn't have information. There's a double swing in towards alt mid. NEKiZ is able to punish that, but the trade's on. Done from Dia. Skull's still definitely a threat here, though, in the 1v2. He pulled back a number of rounds like this at the RMR. Let's see if he could find a little success like Monterey. Gotta make a read here. As he makes his way towards A, he is making the right decision. Bomb will be down. It's a post plant. No kit, of course. Gonna make this tough here.
Yeah, Skulls over the last month sporting an ADR of 81.5, leading the team with that, KDR 1.20, and 28 3-kill plus rounds, including 5 4Ks. He has been monstrous.
This might be a situation of just playing for the exits. They've already done so much damage, right? You've got a rifle into the next round.
Yeah,
he was out of position. He was very far away. You don't have the kit. So he's going to back off. If he can catch a kill on the exit here, that'd be great. It's already good economic damage, but the Fluffy AIMERS is going to be very happy to make it through this 4th buy.
Yes, indeed. Better than you might expect against Nouns yesterday on Inferno, losing 10-16, and that quickly changed once they got the nuke. It was a back and forth insane affair where they lost 20-22 in double overtime, but still, you know, not the best of starts for paiN to their ECL campaign. I think they're going to be playing a lot of their matches early on in this season, Mike, because they've got a lot of other commitments, obviously, with how well they're playing internationally.
Yeah, there's this little thing they got coming up in Paris.
Yeah. A little bit tiny, just a tiny thing.
They don't invest much into this round. NEKiZ picks up armor. They toss around the 5.7. That's just out of Skulls, right? Spreading the wealth of his pistol. There's a Zeus for Hardzao. Love that. Where's the rifle playing, though? On towards B. So Skulls will be sticking on the site. Playing around the edge of the lamp. I mean, this could work if they come around the corner. And right now, paiN are trying to give nothing away.
Dia waiting at the bottom of mid. paiN have a good setup towards B. It's their strongest setup, of course, with that Galil being there. Everyone else onto pistols. But if Fluffy AIMERS go in the other direction, we'll probably have smooth sailing. Probably. Up against the USPs. There's that 157 on piguzera on the A site. And it looks like Fluffy AIMERS with 50 seconds left are leaning heavily towards B.
Oh, this could be really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Question is, do they make the cancel call once they see the rifle if Skulls can get some damage? I mean, if they just kill him, it doesn't matter. Over the smoke, Jason. Play into this. Thinking about it. 30 seconds. Now they won't really have the option of the bailout. Now they've seen the gun. Are they going to go through? The timing on that smoke is brutal.
Only 25 seconds. They kind of have to.
Now they have to. You're right. You're absolutely right. That kill in the pool will encourage them. There's NEKiZ getting it done with the USP. They're just trying to keep the rifle alive. Skull's able to drop off. Drops the bomb. Oh, he needed one more. If he gets one more, this really gets out of whack. But as it is, the bomb is going to go down. 3 players survive. And these unarmored pistols just don't know if they're going to be able to do anything.
No. No, they're done. Yeah, sacrifice and peeping at the last 2, but at the very least, paiN have made these 2 rounds very interesting. One with the force buy in the previous, and that with just the Galil saved over in a 5-7. You know, you've got a couple of players down to the ground. If you get that third, like you said, maybe it gets a little more spicy with only 13 seconds left on the clock, but it would still imply that paiN Gaming has to get the rest of the frags with just their pistols, and it was still a far cry. Either way, 3-0 for Fluffy AIMERS, and now, well, we really get started. First full-on buy for paiN Gaming, 3 A1Ss, the A4, and the big green and seven quite reliable with it. He gets a shot fired off, but as he gets flashed by the utility of the Fluffy AIMERS, will fall back, and I would say wisely. More passive play from paiN here, not going too aggressive.
Fluffy AIMERS have shown a willingness to play with the clock, though. My last execute. Problem is now the guns are out. Now the util is out for paiN as well. Maybe a bit of a tougher ass. Zevy was just waiting for that spam to come through and just rips the trigger. Didn't see anything. Just saw the tracer and tried his luck. So that's one way to get an opening. Unfortunate for Jason. Going to be taking a back seat here. Speaking of finding the tracers, I think they're going to find it. You really don't want to give any information away to paiN if you can help. Skulls up on top of the half wall. It's a decent setup with NEKiZ. They don't have any utility anymore, so they're committed into this. There's no bailout nades. Skulls, I suppose, get away. They're playing off of contact, and speaking of contact, here it comes! There it goes! Round over. Setup works to perfection.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Great job setting up a player towards logs, then one on top of the half wall. As soon as Fluffy AIMERS walk into it, you get that one into logs, and that cubby, in fact, across from logs. And that's all you really need from that player to attract the attention. Then the other one on top of half wall can just unleash a flurry of bullets, and that's exactly what happens. paiN pick up their first, and Fluffy AIMERS, because those previous 2 rounds were not clean, are not going to have a buy up here. It's just going to be 3 deagles, a Glock, and a P250. Little bit of armor. In fact, Sacrifice and Peeping have full body armor, but Dia only the body armor. paiN gonna rattle off a shot there. That's Zevy with the AWP towards mid. They're just waiting for the Fluffy AIMERS to come to them. Opening shot fired and connecting onto Peeping. He sees another player as well. He's got Hardzao supporting. This should be a pretty cut and dry round here for paiN.
Yeah, you would expect, especially now that Zevy's got his opener. He's going to be all over the map, especially here towards the A site, right? Just setting him up to get those initial frags. He's been so lethal with it lately. Now that he's got the op in hand, he is one of the big problems to try and solve here for the Fluffy AIMERS. And without a ton of util into this round, it's hard to do that. Interesting they brought the 4th player over here. They're trusting NEKiZ's position, his ability to stall out, but he's giving up the half wall, so he's just info hopping. Well, easier if Bigu just goes forth and kills everybody.
Yeah, it's pretty much done here. Learc, last one standing. Bottom of T ramp. You
don't have faith in the P250 no armor 1v5 against paiN?
No.
It's shocking, John.
Completely.
They're going to try and play the smoke bait. Don't blame him. Even gets a shot off, so... You know, I mean, in terms of you have an impossible array of non-options, you might as well try that one.
Yeah. That was a non-starter for the Fluffy Aimers from the beginning. As soon as Zevy gets the op frag to open things up, it's just all downhill from there. Not a single body dropped on paiN's side either, so that builds up a nice little economic foundation. Didn't have to invest too much utility into the previous round as well. So this is a great recovery after the 0-3 start for the Brazilian squad. Hardzao gonna go for the run boost with Zevy, and it was good, but no one's there on the other end for the Fluffy Aimers. They're playing it a little more passively, although a couple of players have made their way towards the bottom of Banana. The rest are either at alt mid or at the bottom of T ramp.
So they shifted the third player over towards B to dump the util early on. paiN-biguzera just dumping his nade set, leaving it behind for his teammates to use. That's one of the reasons why Zevy couldn't stick around in that mid fight indefinitely. He's actually in a setup. I think he's in the halls peek, and Zevy. Oh, it's 1-for-1. That's a great shot from peeping. Had to have been an instant headshot or he's gone, but they have a flashbang for it, and now it's set up. So, I mean, a 1-for-1 exchange there is pretty good as far as the Fluffy Aimers are concerned. The problem is they still have to deal with this B set. Curious about how many nades paiN-biguzera left at church, because they may not be able to use them over on the paiN side. They haven't picked them up for sure. It's just smokes hell right now. Smokes better be deployed now. NEKiZ will dump his. They're waiting for a flashbang to come through. Waiting for this push, and it's a boost instead. FA trying to wait this out. Now they will go. Well,
Eventually
missed on the coffin smoke.
Okay, there we
Skulls
go.
wants to challenge it, but they were waiting for that gap. They're not ready for NEKiZ. Down goes one. A second as well. NEKiZ might get overwhelmed here. Does decent damage on the Dia, but it's still going to set up a 2-on-2 in the post.
Ooh, Hardzao getting connect on for a couple of shots. Will that result in them calling for the save? I mean, 2v2, you got a chance here, and definitely more than that as Hardzao finds Dia. Jason, the last one standing, 1v2. Hardzao and Bigu just have to get that trade. Jason comes around the corner, wide swings, but it doesn't work out. paiN-biguzera takes him down. Defusal comes through, and paiN do indeed recover after a bit of a slippery start.
Who needs a trade when you can click heads like that? So equalized up here. Off the bomb plan. I'm actually surprised there's not more available for the Fluffy Aimers. I guess they haven't had the full loss bonus built up, so they will be a half buy here as they try and get their money right as of next round. If they continue to get bomb plants, it really won't matter what happens. They'll be able to keep investing in here. Utility is going to be the big issue here. 1 HE, 1 smoke. Goodbye smoke. I think that might have been supposed to be the nade. That definitely was supposed to be the HE. John, that was the wrong nade. Well, they're both gone now. All good. He got the nade eventually. Did damage on the NEKiZ, but they are out of util at this point.
Yeah, it didn't go the way they were envisioning for sure.
Maybe
Gotta throw the right nade, guys.
Well, that smoke. Oh my goodness, that cross smoke. I think that was from Bigu. That is horribly misthrown. There is a big old gap on the right side of it.
What is happening here?
Maybe a little bit of shenanigans. I
don't
mean,
know.
you have to imagine for paiN playing a lot of CS lately. This is not their highest stakes game. But still, we expect it to be pretty buttoned up. That's a nice kill on a Hardzao. Get her done with the Deegs. Rifle will be ferried away, but Zevy's got to be careful not to get caught. He will do exactly that. Nice maneuvering, nice shot, and drop. And with them clearing out bottom ramp, now the big threat is for the Fluffy Aimers. Can we hold on to the bomb? Because they need to reclaim control of it. This could be bad. paiN, fortunately for them, are not pushing down the T-ramp, not going for the bold play. They'll fade back towards sites, but it means that Fluffy Aimers are going to have to waste a ton of time just getting this C4.
Yeah, and only 34 seconds left on the clock. They've got to grab it quickly. NEKiZ info hopping. He does see one, likely going to toss the incendiary afterwards. He's waiting a little bit longer before deploying it, but the Fluffy Aimers are actually leaning towards A, and maybe because of Dia's position, but he gets deleted by piguzera. So now it's up to Sacrifice and Peeping. They charge up. They're going to get a bomb plant out of this, and they might. Peeping finds Pigu. Zevy gets the trades. That's the bomb drop, but he goes down as well. This is getting a little interesting. 7 seconds. He can't grab the bomb. There we go. Finally, he's got it, and we'll plant it. 1v2.
Gets to win. He's the player with armor as well. Nade to chip him down early. NEKiZ trying to swing back in, trying to find space, but the spam tips him off. Skulls playing with him. That is way too close. What a round for the Fluffy Aimers. I mean, bringing that down to one player surviving for paiN, getting the bomb plant out of it. That is a phenomenal result considering how little they brought in and how little impact they got off of the little bit of utility they did have. So, I mean, this sets them up. There's plenty of money for paiN, so no harm, no foul, provided they keep winning. But this now sets up Fluffy AIMERS really well into round number 8.
Yeah, really no hesitation, right? Going down lane. Both players charging up. Their apartment's presence is gone. They don't care. They know there's someone over in pit. They get that one. And the surprising thing for me is finding the second trade afterwards in order to ensure the bomb plan and get the 1v2. Well played. Hurt the economy of paiN. And now, well, at least paiN is going to be struggling a little bit thereby. It's not too bad, though, at the end of the day. They've still got 4K plus, or actually 3K plus for 4 of their 5 players, so it will be fine. The thing is, up against the Fluffy AIMERS, who will have 4 AKs and an op this time. Let's see what they can do with the superior firepower. Given the space this time, Mike up Banana. 2 Fluffy AIMERS. NEKiZ tries to reclaim it, and wow.
Laser beam. Man's got a laser beam right there. They're going to come in to challenge him again. Perfect
no.
timing on the flash. I think Sacrifice was blinded up there.
Yeah, he was. But it might have been his teammate's flash.
I
Or
just-
NEKiZ. It was NEKiz's flash, probably. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Still flashing it out, making it happen. Molotov to force them back, and this one's not going so hot for the Fluffy AIMERS. So you know what? If you're paiN, you can maybe lose as many bodies as you want against the ecos, provided you still win them, and then you keep it clean against the guns. It's like the reverse of how it should work, but we'll allow it.
Why not? Well, Dia, one of the players I talked up a little bit in the pregame. To see if he can shine here. What a nade. Dia, Lircy, and Peeping all take damage from it, and they're forced back 20 seconds now. They might call for the save at this point because they have no path forward into this site, and they indeed are.
They're bailing. They're bailing. This is going to be tough. There's a little bit of money on Sacrifice. Not much is going to be able to be dropped. Maybe a deagle from these surviving players. But they are going to back off. That means we're going to have 5 rounds in a row for paiN as they start to heat up here. It's kind of what we expected once the guns come out. Just is a bit of a different story. Guess with the max loss bonus, it's actually decent.
Yeah.
So they'll get some guns going. They'll get something working. But limited utility on a couple of these players. See what Fluffy AIMERS are going to bring to us. The faster play's been working.
Yeah.
On the pistol rounds. Now with all the utility in the world for paiN, right? The ability to make that faster play work starts to get limited.
Yeah, the reason it did work, you're absolutely right, because paiN didn't have that much util to work with in that round.
Here's a change-up, John. The op is over towards B. It's not just a player coming to drop util. It's Zevy looking for his first fight. Hasn't been playing here. Flashbang to get around the corner. Diaz just trying to drop some shots, but he leaves himself a bit exposed, and NEKiZ knows his angles. So now they'll leave Zevy alone. Now they can reinforce towards A. First kill has gone their way. They got the op posted on the angle he wants, and they've sectioned out that whole side of the map with the big zoom banger.
NEKiZ looking good. More than a kill per round right now at 11 and 6. He's carrying the load for his teammates, but everyone else is playing well. I mean, that's just the story for paiN. Anyone can pop off at any moment. Peeping, he's going to toss a nade in towards pit, but I mean, fact of the matter is we're just seeing the skill difference at this point on the gun rounds.
Yeah, it's one of the cool storylines with NEKiZ, right? Is that he removed himself from this team once upon a time.
Yes, that's right. Yeah,
he said they were stagnant, they weren't moving forward, and someone needed to make a change, and it hadn't been agreed upon by management, so he was making the change himself. Okay, let's go Arch. We'll talk about the story of NEKiZ here in a moment, because right now Peeping can make something of this round. NEKiZ, the man himself, is trying to come back in and regain this, but it's all going to be about timing. His library peek. He's got the spot. He's got the info. He can hold the angle, but Peeping's got the kill. And now for the pit, pressure is on. Biguzera's got to look 2 ways at once, and the pit player sectioned out can't help him. So here we go. Overwhelm on site. And at this point, Zevy might just need to think about the save. That is a disaster for paiN. They had the right read, they had the right adjustment, but they just could not get the kills.
Yeah, no, I mean, excellent util from the Fluffy AIMERS. The smokes isolated all 3 fights that they had to take towards the A site. That meant that they had the numbers advantage each time. It's at least 2 players, maybe even 3 in some cases, having visibility. So well played by the Fluffy AIMERS, giving themselves the advantage there and finally taking a 4th round. There'll still be a buy-up for paiN in the next, but That's pretty impressive. But yeah, Mike, you were talking about NEKiZ, and obviously he played with Oplano for a little bit. Nothing really to write home about there. They went for the RMR. Didn't really succeed, of course, and that was back for the previous major. But then PKL on February 6th decided to step down for personal reasons, and that's when NEKiZ was added back into the fold.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a great thing to find, right? Because it did seem like the philosophy difference and where to take this roster was between NEKiZ and PKL. But you have Biguzera stepping into the in-game leading, so bringing in an experienced player who knows the system, who knows some of the ideas that you might want to run, you've got a lot of experience and chemistry with, helps support Biguzera. And he's talked about it where in that old roster, he was the second voice. So now that he's the in-game leader, they don't necessarily have a dedicated second voice. Instead, it's the whole team contributing.
Yep.
At least for the picture he's painted. So, nice opening pick here. Damage on his skulls as well. Utility very effective towards top banana. That'll start to train paiN that they can't get away with everything here. In terms of aggression, and I mean, if Fluffy Aimers can crack through this, the money is gone for paiN.
Yeah. This is a pivotal round for them. They do have a couple of players in life support. Jason and Peeping only 25 HP combined. And on the other end, paiN only has skulls below the halfway mark at 15. Everyone else still at full. But the B site is vacant. No one is there. Biguzera realizes it, and he's trying to get back in time. And I think he should be able to get here before Fluffy Aimers go for any type of execute. In fact, they still have the bomb on the ground at the back of banana. So they're probably waiting to find a little bit more of an opening.
He was just trying to sell this. He really wants to try and funnel them back in towards A. They're trying to make a hard read here of paiN. It's a big gamble. It's working. It's working. This is the read that they're making, is that if they show any presence late, ooh, that's where they'll coax them back towards A. And now with the presence in towards apartment, they are pulling the ripcord, but with that kill from Peeping, will that draw them back around? No, they've seen the op. That seems to be enough. It's stalling them out a little bit. Peeping, if he gets checked, he's caught, and he is indeed down. But now it means that this is going to be a retake. Biguzera fast on the flank. He's got the read. He's got the information. Still, they can't beat them on the foot race. Bomb's going down. Fluffy Aimers will have a site to defend, and they've got to be so very ecstatic that they got it for free.
Absolutely. I mean, that's just a fantastic adjustment, right? With paiN trying to bait you out into that exact play and realizing, having the force of mind to say, whoa, 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 hold on a second, guys. They are literally hoping that we do this as soon as that off play comes through, and they go right back to B, which is free and clear for the taking. Good utility usage here by paiN. Biguzera is going to come in trying to get one, but he doesn't. Jason hits the headshot, and now this is really tough for Skulls and Zevy. Their money's not great, and the situation also does not favor them, and they will be falling back, for the save. So that's Zevy's gonna get one, and then loses his op though.
Yeah, without the smoke, that's so tough to get past. That's so tough to get through. So the op given over, at least found one exit, but Fluffy Aimers happy to make that trade.
Yeah.
Only Skull surviving. Zevy will be able to repurchase in, and with the money on Biguzera and NEKiZ, you imagine they chase this, and indeed they will. Probably only one player severely limited. Still, things are getting a little spicy here.
They are.
Was not really sure what we were going to get out of FA, but off of a huge performance from Peeping, big credit through to him. He's doing work on that rifle. We've got a competitive game.
Yeah, and I mean, talking more about paiN, Mike, it's not just the RMR that was impressive, right? In Pro League Season 17, they made it to the playoffs. They defeated Liquid in the first round, lost to Mouse in the second round, but competitive in both matches, right? Just crazy stuff. And then in Blastmere Spring Showdown as well, Mike made it to the grand finals, but lost 0-2 to Imperial, so they missed out on the spring finals, but still won 12.5K for finishing second. So they've been very, very competitive.
Yeah, they've been on the grind. They've been on the grind. They've been one of the most lethal teams competing in North America. By far, but we set up the storyline. If FA can do it here, I mean, even taking a map in this series, that would be huge for our, frankly, estimation of this team going forward. It's a huge chance to prove it. The tougher the opponent, more impressive the trophy belt if you do win.
Yeah.
What's the util look like for these players? Smoke. There's a little bit available for them.
It's not great for either side, but I would say slightly better for Fluffy Aimers, right? 3 smokes and 3 flashes and a nade.
Comes to play. There's the spot. Smoke out. AIMERS trying to provide himself a bit of cover. And Zevy finding the kill. There's the opener they were looking for. Still, NEKiZ is a bit out of position. They're going to challenge, and he's going to win. That's a nice bit of play around his own smoke, and he'll condense the angle as well. Have to commit. They're just trying to race through this, and Jason gets caught on geometry. Uh-oh. Skulls into the angle, and he will not miss. There's the recovery paiN we're looking for. That's them back into the lead.
That looked a little bit messy for Fluffy AIMERS, and you can't have those types of rounds against paiN. You have to have the previous two where you're perfect every single time, because if you make one mistake, well, paiN will likely get 3 opportunities out of that one mistake, and that's exactly what happens with Skulls racking up the easy, or at least made it look easy, 3K up against FA. Jason just, yeah, like you mentioned, getting caught against geometry, and it was because he was flashed. Couldn't really see what was ahead of him. And now paiN Gaming have retaken that lead and settled things down a little bit, but Fluffy AIMERS are still going to bring a good chunk of util, 3 AKs at the wheel, and a MAC-10 here. Peeping, going to be firing into window room. Those wall bangs, hoping to connect on something. Isn't. That's okay. Fluffy AIMERS still taking their time. They've got a smoke toss for arch side that will guise off visibility for piguzera, and with that happening, he decides to reposition from Cubby towards Moto instead.
Done a good job of holding onto their nades here, have FA, but now we need to see the picture of what it is. We seem to want B. We've seen them get coaxed off of this before. A minute on the clock now. The paiN Gaming side have gone a little quiet. They're starting to take top banana over for the T side. You see off the flashbang first contact. Wanted to chase this up. He's getting a lot of space. But he's also detected the op. And as a result of that, they're going to redouble their confidence towards the B site. The thing for paiN that I'm noticing is they're not holding Molotovs.
No.
That's been a problem for them. Now it's going to be about the hit. Smoke is up in a timely manner, but they're going to challenge through it. Flashbang's not quite on, but Skulls, he was expecting one, and he doesn't get it. So because they go through dry, he's playing anti-flash. He's just dead automatically. And that's going to be a sight, and almost certainly around. This should be a save.
Wow. Again, great util usage. paiN, you're right. I don't know why they're not investing in the incendiaries, but they're deciding against it, and it's kind of costing them because Fluffy AIMERS, you know, when you go for those types of executes, it's really useful to have that Molotov to toss right down in front of banana and then slow them down quite a bit, and then it makes that setup that paiN had a little more potent, but because Skulls was playing anti-flash very late on in that execute, he just goes down for free. And paiN have to go for the save afterwards. Fluffy AIMERS, all 5 players still standing. This is a very successful round for them in the half. Not looking too shabby. 6-6, all tied up.
Very good indeed. And I mean, that round as well, a lot of it just comes down to paiN is expecting a flash that never comes. Skulls is trying to play anti-flash, trying to anticipate it and make the play beyond. And frankly, here, you might just need to simplify a little bit. This isn't going to be, you know, the team that throws every single piece of util exactly to expectation based on the meta. They might just get a little bit messier with it. And that time, they challenge through the smoke without a flash. If you were looking, the first player out is a dead man. Because you're not. Oopsie. No reverse. See if they start holding on to the Molotovs. Burn them a lot early. One's already down. I think it was piguzera who went over it. So here's the shift up. He's committing towards B earlier on. But it does mean he's dumped some util early. Zevy with an opener. That does help. You take out Peeping as well, the top performer. It's a good way to get this round started. They're committing. This is so bold, just trying to clear out the angles, but there's so many bodies here, and that was a big risk. A big risk that Skulls is going to have to pay off, and he'll do exactly that.
Wow. I mean, great recovery from Skulls, because that was extremely aggressive from paiN, trying to bully Fluffy AIMERS down banana, but Fluffy AIMERS stood up for themselves quite well. The thing is, Skulls just got a couple of nice lineups, and now ESL by his lonesome with Dia. They're still going to try and make something happen here towards the B site. 53 seconds left. Util toss. Skulls by his lonesome. Now we'll have the cover of Zevy. Soon,
out.
Smoke.
Flashbang from a teammate gets him towards the pillar, though. That's what he was hoping for, and he's going to make good on it. Down to just Dia, who challenges through tree. Woo! Trying to make a bold play here, trying to get the reroute towards A. Does he expect paiN-hardzao to still be here? No, and Hardzao's heard the footsteps, so it's all good. Interesting idea. It is definitely the off-the-wall play, but paiN, they're ready for it.
I mean, I really love that idea, to be honest with you. Hardzao obviously in a perfect position to counter that, but if he wins the duel with Hardzao and is ready for that positioning, then he has a free and clear bomb site and knows exactly where the last player is going to be over at B. So, well, at least there was a nice effort. Good ideas coming through from the Fluffy Aimers, and their executes and strats look pretty solid so far. paiN Gaming managing to stave them off that time and hang on to the lead, which the Fluffy Aimers haven't had since it was 3-2 in their favor, since, of course, those opening rounds that they built off the opening pistol round victory. NEKiZ waiting behind the smoke. Hardzao's already got a fight on his hands, and he takes care of peeping. That will help paiN here with the early man advantage found.
That's AIMERS as well. He's been a little quieter, content to mostly stick around in towards A. Not been as implicated in the action. Bigu gonna see if this spreads. If it doesn't, he gets to save his smoke. And now he's got a really cheeky spot. They're gonna think this is clear. Although, as I say that, they actually don't hold on to the angle, so they should not think it's clear. What do they want to do? Got this controlling towards apartments. They've thrown out a lot of utility towards A. They don't have anything to show for it. And instead, well, they're going to lose a body. Zevy re-clearing, retaking that space, punishing them for it. They've got top banana now, but it does mean that Learsey has to get the bomb. They haven't found this contact yet. They're just trying to go contact. They're just trying to go dry. And at this point, paiN Gaming have learned to adjust. I think very far back. Not giving them the space and keeping their crosshairs trained on the angle. And that's exactly why NEKiZ knocks down both. 8 rounds found for paiN.
Yeah, paiN not too fussed into that round after that opening frag. And now we're on to the 15th and final round of this half. And the money is not great for the Fluffy Aimers. That said, I mean, last time they had pistols only. They had a lot of success. Managed to make it down to a 1v2 and in fact, almost came out with the victory there, but just fell a little bit short. This time they'll have a Galil in the mix with a MAC-10 as well, so we'll see if they can find similar success with more firepower. Up against paiN, though, with 3 AKs, an M4, and an AWP, it's not going to be easy. Bigu getting a little bit antsy here, peeking up their windows, going to toss a nade into alt mid. Will that connect? No. Not for any damage at all. No one's far enough up here for the Fluffy Aimers for that to have any impact.
They're holding their nades. The thing we've noticed, right, is they've held their nades, but then they've frequently gone contact in towards sight, and I think it's because it did catch paiN off guard once or twice.
Yes.
So the oddball play did definitely catch them, but now paiN have adjusted. So using these nades, holding on to them late, and then executing with them is a good idea. Because we have seen that they have those takes. There was 1 or 2 where they really had good util usage on towards the site, and that's what we'd like to see. This is grouping up to be a Halls pop. Maybe. They're taking to Boiler, actually. Bombs solo in Halls. That is... I hate this positioning. I hate it a lot. Now the flank is on for NEKiZ. They just made no noise on Banana for way too long. It's the problem with waiting things out, and it's just going to be clear up. Learsey last alive. It's a non-starter. We're going to the half.
Moving in synergy, this electricity. The power of the pioneers, tearing through history. This is our destiny. We are the power, we are the change, we are the pioneers.
Into the second half we go. And a little bit of utility picked up for paiN Gaming. So they're going to try and get on towards the site and get this bomb planted on down. Fluffy AIMERS showing us some nice things in a couple rounds there, John. But not maybe the complete picture just yet.
No, but definitely some nice executes, catching paiN off guard with some plays that paiN aren't used to, right? Just expecting the more complex setups, but they're just kind of throwing some straight stuff at them. paiN adjusted and looked pretty clean towards the end of that first half. Now they're going to get onto the offensive side here. Let's see if they can start to really put the hurt on Fluffy AIMERS, or maybe Fluffy AIMERS will be able to put on a nice defense.
Yeah, I mean, third player's floating over, so it's not a bad read. Here's going to be the exact. Pressure's going to be on for Dia from the pit. Molotov out. Forces Dia wide. Forces Dia dead. Sacrifice. Able to trade this. Oh my goodness. Sacrifice. Hitting shots at the right time. A little bit more exposed than they needed to be, but it's still going to have to be Sacrifice once more. Dancing around the pillar. This USP looking so very good. Sacrifice doing it all. And that's going to be enough. A 4K from the site above and beyond.
Wow. Sacrifice standing on his head there, getting 4 frags. Only had 5 coming into the half, so almost doubles up on his scoreline in 1 round. And Fluffy AIMERS, at the very least, looking strong in these pistol rounds. And the only reason, I don't want to say the only reason, but one of the main reasons why they even got to 6 in that first half was because they won pistol and then got the following 2. So, I mean, we could see a tie scoreline come through here if paiN decide to save up here because they didn't get the bomb plant. And yeah, they're going to go for 4 Glocks and a Deagle. Only that Deagle and a decoy bot up. Not sure what Skulls is thinking about with the decoy, but maybe he has a plan in mind. Sacrifice takes care of NEKiZ. And this is MP9s across the board for the Fluffy AIMERS. Sacrifice needs to be careful. Can't go too far. Zevy could pop him in the head if he does. Zevy looking for that shot. Can't connect on it. And Sacrifice is going to stay here because he's got Dia supporting it. This is all Fluffy AIMERS at this point. They're just spamming away with the MP9s. Hardzao's down to 10 HP. Now they're jumping through the air. It is just all Fluffy AIMERS up against those Glocks. 8 rounds picked up.
I mean, we didn't expect much from paiN, but no damage. Certainly the way you want to go if you're FA. So only 1 round separates these two teams, but here does come the investment for the paiN side. For FA, reminder, this is now both pistols going their way. Clean conversions off of them as well. So that really does help you when you're trying to make a campaign against a favorite like paiN. But you got to do it against the guns. This is the big test. You've just got the SMGs here. They've opted for the full bonus round. Going with the MP9s. We get some aggression. Could be coming down banana. And indeed, Sacrifice is starting to run this way. Could catch the bomb. They got to be careful. Space is being taken. Into the site they go. Jason overwhelmed. Can the C4 live? Holding in the tunnels right now. Learcy will have been heard, and he's dead. Zevy was waiting for exactly that play. So now he just needs to make sure he actually gets to the site without being dropped. And he'll take the long way around to make sure of that fact.
This is going to be a really tough retake if Fluffy AIMERS even get a chance to go for a retake. Skulls gets 2 more. Peeping and Sacrifice are dropped. And now Dia, I mean, it is a bonus round, so he says, all right, whatever, let's just send
they need
it.
To save 1. They need
I
to
think he
save 1
wants
at
to
least
go,
if they're going to invest back in. And look, an extra kill would actually be great because that $600 would be a difference maker for him in terms of ability to drop. 1,400 loss bonus means that he would be able to rebuy regardless. Probably will be able to drop an SMG or a Deagle as well. But if he gets an extra kill, then it's I mean, it's pretty nice. 5,700 could even go for the op. Ultimately going to make a ton of difference here. The round is certainly not in doubt.
No. Ooh. Dia.
They saved MP9. This can now be dropped over to a teammate.
Yeah, almost standing a little too close to that bomb, though, down to 12 HP. He was good. And yeah, so I guess you're right. You know, Lyrcy and Jason didn't have that much money, so the MP9 goes to Lyrcy. Jason settles for FAMAS, and the other two get A1Ss. Still, the util's not that great for the Fluffy Aimers. Do have a couple of incendiaries and 4 smokes, but only 1 flash available to them, and 1 HE as well, versus paiN, who have full util set. The MAC-10, the Galil, pretty much everything they brought into that previous round, because they did not have to reinvest and lose a body. Dia gets flashed to oblivion here. He has to back off, and he will retreat safely. A couple of other teammates watching from apartments and lane. Now you have paiN just floating around the map looking for an opening, but Peeping actually gets that first frag onto NEKiZ. That's a 5v4 for the Fluffy Aimers, and they've also done damage to HARDZao.
It's not a bad start, but it's going to draw the mask back in. Ooh, a little bit of a spot here. Dia trying to back off. Utility dump, but they're past it. That won't be faking anything out here. Minute still on the clock. Always have the option for the bailout, but for the time being, the bomb is committed towards the A side of the map. HARDZao, if he finds no resistance at B, could signal them back over, and for the moment, I feel like that could be the case. He's backing off. They're backing off. Where is this going?
I'm guessing B, because the bomb's going by itself to this site. No, there's no
just
way.
trying to fake this?
Yeah, he is.
But then he thinks better of it? Did he not know he had the bomb?
Maybe.
All right, they're coming back towards A. I'm confused. They're looking a little confused, but here they go. In towards the site they go. You got pit control in mini pit from Jason. Their commitment out on towards the site. Jason gonna collect 1, 2, set up his teammate, and that's a very good hold indeed. Nicely done.
Wow, paiN just overthinking things there into that round, and by the time they said, okay, this is what we're gonna do, only 22 seconds left on the clock, so they had to just full send it onto the site, panicking a little bit, and that's exactly what the Fluffy Aimers were hoping for. With 3 players set up on a crossfire, really very little chance for paiN to do much of anything, and the Fluffy Aimers picked themselves up a 9th. 10-9 for paiN. It just feels like paiN has been having trouble pulling away in this match, a match that they probably expect for themselves to be quite dominant.
Pressure on, though. Can't discount any team. That's a nice flashbang peek setup. So Dia's going to get the opener here as well. You highlighted Dia as a potential difference maker coming into this.
Yes.
I haven't seen maybe any individual round that's eye-popping just yet, but seeming to play the op well. It's the bits and pieces, and sometimes that's actually more significant than one pop-off. NEKiZ will hold on to this position if he can get this kill on sacrifice. This would be a ton of space. He is stuck around, though, with the op. If they challenge him without util, this could be bad. Flashbang's good, and he's able to get away. Nice smoke. So hold paiN, but it might activate NEKiZ. Hasn't moved just yet. Trying to keep the options available here for paiN. Eventually, he's gonna have to show us something. And now, where's the utility remaining? I mean, there's still a smoke here. It's gonna go in. They'll have to go through it. They'll have to challenge it at this point. NEKiZ is still not activated, and that's just timing. That's just timing out from Dia, so that's quite ridiculous. It's gonna be unfortunate for them. NEKiZ activates. He wants to get in late. There's time enough for the rotate, but there's a mini pit player in Jason. And NEKiZ did hear the rotation off, so he knows it's likely light towards site. You're gonna have the presence of mind to still be clearing. This all comes down to Jason. NEKiZ actually giving up his angle to now group with his teammate, knowing that this is ultimately the fight that matters. Zevy gets the kill. Now the bomb can be planted. Great recovery here from paiN, leaving themselves no margin for error.
Yeah, that's really NEKiZ opening up that space for his squad. Such a nice play. And then Skulls is going to take the head clean off of Dia. Sacrifice and Lyrcy really are on the outside looking in. No util at all to retake this site. And Skulls just tapping heads, making it look easy. What a recovery from paiN in a round that looked like it was done and dusted. And Zevy puts the cherry on top here against Lyrcy. 11-9 for paiN.
And that's why NEKiZ held his nerve for so long. He knew if they showed that much presence late, the rotation comes through, he gets the information, he gets the kill, he opens things right back up and keeps the bailout option available for paiN. He's having one heck of a map. 19 and 14.
Oh, yeah.
He paces the server right now.
No, NEKiZ has been really solid for the squad since being re-added to it. And paiN, Skulls, and Zevy also 17 frags apiece, and their kill to death differential actually better than NEKiZ. So everyone's playing well right now for paiN. And I mean, look, Fluffy Aimers, you got to give them a lot of credit for the rounds they've been able to pick up. But you have to feel like eventually paiN Game's going to figure out what's going on and be able to dismantle them. 2 Deagles, a P250, a couple of USPs, and oh my goodness, NEKiZ is going to go down right off the docket. So I don't know, every time I feel like paiN's going to start pulling away, it's just Fluffy Aimers have these answers that you just don't expect.
That aim, it do be fluffy. It do be fluffy. This kill would be huge. It is indeed. Now they section up the map. Zevy, I'm surprised he doesn't try and hold on to the angle, but he's cautious of it being picked from arches. So having brought back the numbers, he'll be content to give it up. They got lots of time to play off of. And that's exactly why.
Yeah.
Zevy knew that a response would come in with just the pistols. He's just trying to
Oh,
hold
Dia.
for this, but not ready for the arch swing. Uh-oh.
There's a gun down too.
Yeah, they're going to shift to adjust and address it. Still looking for this.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why. Now the A site is clear. As they move around, they will find that out pretty quickly.
Yeah, Skulls expecting that temptation to be too great for Dia, and indeed it was. Just playing the sentry there, taking things down. Sacrifice and Lyricy. A Deagle and a USP, not really that much to say. Maybe the Deagle Sacrifice can hang on to, but try and get something, a little more damage. Economy's not that stable for paiN. So every little bit can help here. Big is watching, threading the needle here. I believe he saw Lyricy. He should have. Yeah, he's just holding this angle, waiting for Lyricy to pop out. And, ooh, looking a little bit messy there. Biggie does manage to take him down, and luckily for him, he also had AIMERS supporting from Moto, so Sacrifice goes down for the count. 12-9 for paiN, who have, I believe, yeah, their biggest lead since the half was 9-6.
Haven't built that back up. Now we see if they can close. Utility built back for the Fluffy Aimers. No op, though, which has been a nice piece for them. He has started to climb back up the board. So without that, let's see what he can do. Minus the big green. Looks like we're getting a fight here top mid early on. NEKiZ clears one way, but the players slip boiler. Woohoo! There's the peak. Almost got back with the King Arch. And Zevy snapping around. Gotta be careful not to drop that bomb. It's getting real weird. It's getting real scrappy out here. Sacrifice might have the timing as well on this peek out library. No one's looking for him. They wanted to accelerate pace, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Sacrifice clears too. Oh, this is so wild and weird. And you've got Zevy, who's so very low alone now. They'll take the first. Damage will be good.
Oh my goodness.
Even if that's all you can find.
4 HP.
The dream, John. The 4 HP ace.
Uh,
Just a reminder.
Jeez.
Oh, he loses 2 of it. I mean, I guess the difference between 4 and 2 is probably not anything.
I mean, just potentially going down in that situation, I think is the scarier part.
Yep. But he's actually got a cross smoke. He can get a bomb plant out of this. They're giving him a lot of space towards B. Lucy does not want to get isolated at one tap, so he's going to trust that he can play the cross. And then Zevy might just try and make a contact play, but...
Is he?
Zevy's clearing. If he smokes this cross and plants, that's a huge coup.
I think he's... Okay, yeah.
Oh, waits for it to bloom, and he's across. Spam's not going to catch him. That's a bomb plant.
I mean,
Zevy. All right, it's already good.
yeah,
Considering the
that's fantastic.
situation, if he gets a kill here, it's even better. Just needs one. Just needs one to make it around Sting. Not going to have it.
No, it's too difficult. Too much of an ass there for Zevy, and Lyricy takes him down. That was just really messy. paiN tried to go for a faster pace of play in that one, and Fluffy Aimers were literally all over the place, creating chaos for them. So much damage done against paiN in that first encounter. A couple of players below the 30 HP mark, and then Fluffy Aimers just took them down. one after the other, leaving only Zevy standing in such a tough situation. Like you said, though, getting a bomb plant is fantastic. It ensures pretty much a full-on buy because of the additional $800. So if you're going to lose a round in that type of fashion, at least get a bomb plant and make things a little more possible in terms of recovery in the follow-up, which is going to happen here. But still, the fluffy aimers continue to find these rounds in very strange, unorthodox ways. But hey, a round victory is a round victory. To note, Inferno and Overpass are paiN's two weakest maps. I'd say Overpass weaker than Inferno. If you look at their record over the last 3 months, 4-7 with a -22 round differential, admittedly against some tough competition, such as Mao's, Greyhound, and Imperial. But still, it's not a map they've had a lot of success on over the last little bit.
Contact. Peeping didn't see, but likewise, Skulls thinks it's clear. So Zevy gaining that space may wind up working in the long run. Oh, but he's been spotted and dealt with. A little bit disjointed here from paiN. They got the space towards Arch, but it meant that they weren't prepared for the fight up short. And as a result of this, now 2 players down. A great situation for the AIMERS.
I mean, fantastic. Still have paiN-biguzera and AIMERS, 2 of the longest standing members of this paiN gaming squad. And AIMERS is already committing himself towards top of banana, even though the rest of his team is at A. So perhaps a pincer attack towards CT is in the cards. Not sure. Bigu could get caught out here by peeping. Oh, peeping actually gives himself away, can't connect any shots. And now they're going to try committing to A, but it's not even there. This is so disjointed, and both players go down. AIMERS not even implicated here.
Yeah, I'm a little confused by the idea. You'd expect that to be a pinch towards B based on AIMERS' positioning. It seems to be a little bit of a... And they knew peeping was through CT at one point in time. I guess they could have thought he full committed in towards the B site, but still, there's... I don't know. This one's a little all over the place the last couple rounds for paiN.
It is. And just laughing there because AIMERS trying to hand the bomb to the chicken. It's just like, here you go, my friend. Have a little present.
Well, they added that into Val, didn't they? There's like a little guy who can carry the bomb for you and plant it. Maybe the chickens will do that in Source 2.
They did?
Yeah, I think that's the newest agent. That's like a little guy who can plant the spike for you.
Valorant.
John's shaking his head right now.
Trying to copy Counter-Strike 2 with their skins.
I did see that. That is perhaps the most egregious one yet. We've had some other skins that look like CS skins, and that one is
just
all
what?
right. We just made the CS default skins, and we're gonna sell them to you.
And now the butterfly knife can randomly be Sapphire or Fade. I don't know if you saw that too.
Yeah, I know you're just installing the game just to buy that knife and see if you can get it.
Exactly.
Just the urge. Ooh, player C. Nice timing on the HE. Forces them back if they weren't already, and the peek back in. Look, they're just trying to set up the rifle here, but AIMERS not finding success just yet. Now 3 players ready in the defense. They are going to have to be rebuffed. They're backing away. Bigu will try and take the space top brackets, but if he just walks out here, well, he should, and indeed is, be dead. Is be dead.
That's right.
He is be dead, John.
He'd be dead, and paiN be dead more than likely into this one. They've got 3 players coming up playing. Maybe a chance to get 1 frag here. Not yet. Not yet. There it is. AIMERS is going to find Jason, and that's all they get. Peeping gets the last one, and we are tied up again. 12-12, and some very weird play from paiN. Hesitant coming around corners and going for their executes in general. Disjointed when they do decide to go for something. So let's see here. I mean, a timeout wouldn't be a bad decision for paiN, just to talk things over and get their heads in gear. Sync themselves up, but they decide against it. They, again, just want to make things work, and the buy-up isn't great. A couple of MAC-10s, a Galil, 2 AKs. Zevy, good movement there, hopping around. Doesn't take too much damage from that nade. In fact, only 1 HP and 1 armor lost.
The interesting thing as well is that Bigu has money to spare, so he's trying to play a little bit quicker into this.
Could be an
Where's paiN
overload.
playing from? They should be in Monterey, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Things should be an issue, but here's the swing around. Big kill out from paiN-biguzera. Learcy traded, but Dia on the angle. He's not smoked out. Now he will be. Timing shot goes awry. That should be a bomb planted down. And Skulls and Zevy have a chance to close.
I mean, one thing that paiN has been able to hang on to is that lead. Since Fluffy AIMERS had the lead in the first half, after finding that pistol round victory, they haven't had it since they tied up a few times, but paiN continues to recover and get the advantage when Fluffy AIMERS are threatened. But now the Fluffy AIMERS 3v2 edge, Molotov's going to get tossed in. That's going to force Skulls out of position, but he still gets one before going down, setting up Zevy for the potential clutch. There's the first. Dia knows where he is, but he still has to get it, and he won't! Zevy finds the 2K, and paiN again thwart off Fluffy AIMERS' attempts to take this lead.
Wow, Zevy having a map now. Stepping up big right when they needed him. Right when there was that chance to just clear into the lead, blow right by them, and leave paiN eating dust. That's not going to happen. Love the investment from both sides. Right back into the spice. Hardzao opting for the MAC-10 again. So that might give them a little bit of a pacier element, because Skulls could have dropped the rifle. At least. So that's a choice. We've now seen MAC-10s as a choice in a couple of rounds. Last time it worked out. paiN may be trying to accelerate here.
I mean, this is likely the deciding round, right? Because Fluffy AIMERS that lose here, their money's broken, and paiN are up to 14. But if paiN lose, then Fluffy AIMERS tied up again, and I mean, the loss bonus is okay for paiN right now, but their BAP won't be pretty in the next round.
Swing in, Jason able to catch that kill, but he's lost his teammate. Now he's under pressure. Now he's under siege, and down he goes. Big kills for Skulls, and with the money being what it is, this might be a save. They're not found a kill back in. If they don't, this could be tough. Hardzao repositioning, anticipating to play a middle. He's going to be able to be activated here late, and yeah, you see Diaz retreating. They just don't have the cash to sustain this, and if you're going to be broken into this next round, this is really where losing the guns could cost you.
Yeah, and paiN don't have the money to really hunt, so they should be safe in their attempts to save here.
But for paiN, they've got to be thrilled about this, getting on to 14 when things were looking a little touch and go there. This map maybe just becomes about survival.
So paiN do indeed get that 14th upgrade found for Hardzao. And you saw Jason right in mini pit. He has the A1S, uses a ton of bullets just to get that first frag. And then he says, I don't have time to reload. Grabs the Galil, and by the time he gets it in his hands, he doesn't really have much of a chance to do an impact because everyone surrounded him for paiN. And then the site is taken. After that point, Fluffy AIMERS just had to call for the save. So 14-12 for paiN, and because the 3 rifles are saved on 4, they can opt to go for the 4 spy here with the FAMAS and the MP9 being purchased up. Util isn't the greatest, but again, better than it would have been if they tried to go for something heroic with this cards down banana. There's one and a second! He didn't even see the second when he was blinded, and it was through the smoke. Dia gets piguzera. All of a sudden, the Fluffy AIMERS in the first 20 seconds of the round have a 4v2.
All right, you bet it all. You bet it all on that round. You bet it all in that moment. And it worked out. Now, there's still a chance for damage to come back the other way. paiN have Skulls alive. They have NEKiZ as well. I mean, that's a stunner.
Yeah.
Right now, NEKiZ is just holding to see if more aggression comes through. They've got a lot of time to play with. Per a similar situation earlier, economic damage might be just as important as anything else. You have enough money that Skulls, Hardzao, and Zevy should have no problems buying. Skulls, even if he lives here, actually can drop a gun.
Yeah, he's fine.
So actually, if they save, it's not bad, but they're going to give this a little look-see. They're going to give a rumble on towards the A site and see if they can't find some kills, because damage back the other way would be punishing. Smoke to section off the fight. Here they go. Players play mini pit this whole time. They're going to clear out cold, and that's going to be the bomb down. Mini pit player can't get out. They have to know he's here. He's played this most rounds, and Dia back in time. Still bomb plant down. NEKiZ a chance to make something of this. He's using the pillar for cover. Trying to section out these approaches. On the smoke fade, Jason has emerged, but there we go. NEKiZ looking for more. He'll be caught around the edge of the box, but that's what they wanted. 2 kills and a bomb plant there. That is not a bad result in a 2v4.
That is absolutely phenomenal given the situation. And I mean, NEKiZ, I don't even know how he wins that first fight. He had the disadvantage of smoke fade favoring the CT player, and well,
I
he
don't
still
know
wins
how they're
first.
not hard clearing mini pit more aggressively. They keep looking deep pit because that's where you expect a player to be in that instance.
Yeah.
But Jason has played mini pit, I think, every CT round that he's had a
Pretty
gun.
much every single one, yeah. It's strange, but I mean, again, the more orthodox play that you expect, and I mean, they're conditioned to thinking that a player is going to be big pit. So that's just, you know, the way you play it. And Fluffy Aimer just aren't going in that position.
Still,
So-
here, what you give yourself a chance is you give yourself another chance to make this the round. If paiN win here. Well, NEKiZ, the
on
hero of the last,
earth?
won't get the start in this one. That's a quick peek from Dia.
He is shining now.
Yeah, really warmed up into this one. Top banana will be conceded for free. paiN could just rumble this straight into a site take, and that seems like what they want to do. Flashbangs out, smoke. That might be too late. I don't know if that's going to slow them down. Util sailing in towards the site. It's a little awkward here. Sacrifice kind of stuck, and Learcy trying to get back to the angle. Flashbang, that's good, but he can't capitalize on the kill. What? Spotted the neck. Skulls needs it. He's got it. He's got it. Bomb will be planted. This is a retake. And piguzera here from Tree. Even gonna resmoke. Let them know he's here. They don't realize how close that smoke was. This is a little weird. But now in a man deficit, money all on the line here. Do they want to risk it? Do they want to bet here? They don't know what damage they've done on the piguzera and Hardzao. It's unconfirmed. Maybe they know about Hardzao. I'm not actually sure. But if they commit here, this would be risking everything on this round. And instead, they're looking tentative. They're looking like they're going to back away. So they'll have something to fight for the next, but paiN gaining secure map point.
That was a weird round, I gotta say. I mean, opening frag found by Dia, and then afterwards paiN just full send it to the B site. They don't clear between both orange boxes, and instead, you know, there's one frag that comes through. It almost becomes a second finally to turn their heads and get that player. But I mean, look, Fluffy Aimers not realizing that the smoke had been thrown that close, the trajectory and everything, the way it was tossed was quite visible. Maybe, perhaps the smoke that was up before it guised it enough so that they wouldn't be aware, but you got to clear that, and Jason goes down pretty much for free, and after that point, the Fluffy Aimers just decide to go for the save. So finally, paiN are going to get 2 map point, 15-13 in their favor, 2 opportunities to close this one out, and the buy-up isn't that great for the Fluffy Aimers because the economic damage paiN have done to them in the last couple of rounds. But NEKiZ, oh my goodness, didn't even clear the angle, gets caught with Util in his hands, and Peeping is happy to walk away with 1 for free.
Gun out, NEKiZ. Gun out. You got to be
goodness.
expecting them around the corner. Trying to just make it read with the smoke, but that was ambitious. That was bold. All right. Explode on the B, still a possibility, but that definitely isn't an auspicious start to your game. And now, I mean, this A-hold, pretty confident, pretty comfortable. They're giving him space regardless, trusting Dia on the AWP, and it looks like he's going to be challenged to pass the angle. Tag onto Biguzera, though. So he will still get his. It's just through the corner, so Bigu lives.
And again, it's the same setup on the A site. No one in big pit. Just Jason waiting in mini with the MP9. This is a little bit dangerous with Sacrifice on top of first orange is here. Flashbang gonna get tossed in, and there's Sacrifice getting a couple. Zevy and Hardzao are down. Skulls gets one back, but it's gonna be so hard here with Peeping, setting up the crossfire. He just flies through the smoke, gets the last 2, and the Fluffy Aimers have pushed us to the distance here. Round number 30. Unbelievable performance from them to even get us to this point. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't believe we're here.
Considering they've been playing from behind the whole time as well.
Yeah.
Right? Playing catch-up here in the second half
Constantly.
the entire time. Always under threat. I mean, now they just have to push over the line and around where there's 2 pistols out for paiN. It's not to say they're not dangerous. paiN are always dangerous. But you've got the chance to take command here. You got the chance to put this one to bed.
Yeah.
Paul's going to come in
Like-
because paiN want to discuss exactly what they want to play here.
It's the first timeout called in the entire map by either team at 15 to 14. I think there were multiple instances where paiN should have called timeouts before this. But now with only 1 round remaining, they decide this is their timeout to call. Anyway, look. We'll see if they can close it out. But the buyout, pretty limited in terms of guns. But they will have the majority of the util they need.
I'm curious to see if they make just a pacier play on mass. It feels like when they made the hits on mass,
Yeah.
they've been pretty good. It's been the players out towards the periphery, the isolated players, where you've gotten caught this time. Oh, Fluffy AIMERS trying to make the cheeky
aggressive.
play.
Yeah.
Smoking the molly, trying to go for the peak, and Jason has lost as a result. That's your pit player. So he's out. So now Sacrifice has to shift into playing that role. This is a huge opener for paiN. And at the end of the day, if they win this 16-14 or 16-8, it's the same result.
NEKiZ almost gets caught out, and good on paiN. They already recovered that rifle. The A1S grabbed into Skulls' hands. Dia still waiting here over at Boiler, and he's going to get the headshot. There we go. Equalizer found.
Had to know they were expecting that. Had to know it was a possibility. Dia just committing to it. Skulls tries to make the hero play, and down he will falter. And with NEKiZ so low as well.
This is the right call. Look at this. paiN adjusting to the B site. Fluffy AIMERS are already going towards A.
Wow, they pulled everybody off. Peeping has a Molotov. He can slow this down if the smoke comes through. There's actually no smoke. Oh my god, there's no smoke. They're going B without a smoke. Hate this a lot. Hardzao, if he gets killed, it's all good, though. Who needs a smoke? Who needs a smoke? Those are for nerds. Just leave the cross open. Kill the guy. Rip heads. Who needs anything else? And with the bomb now down, their lack of utility is no longer a concern. They can trust their rifles. They can trust their crosshairs. There's some flashbangs to try and get them back in, but Fluffy AIMERS just need to group up and go in the pack. Do exactly that. Here comes the play. Time gonna be an issue. Kits are available though. Comes around. There's the peak. NEKiZ spotted, but that's just to bait. Zevy in 1 for 1. Back pillar. It's all in a HUDZao. He spotted the next. He knows he's coming. He knows Sacrifice is here, but he's ahead of schedule. And Sacrifice will bring us to overtime.
There's fire in the atmosphere, moving in synergy. This electricity, the power of the pioneers, tearing through history. This is our destiny. We are the power, we are the change, we are the pioneers of paradise and fame. We push you louder like hurricanes. We are the pioneers, we are the pioneers.
Well, I didn't expect us to be here, John,
No.
but we are. We're in overtime. Fluffy AIMERS, in their debut in North American ESL Challenger League, have taken paiN Gaming, a major competing team, overtime on the first map. Spicy. Dia trying to go for the cheeky play here, trying to go for the aggression top banana. He will be rebuffed by utility, but no harm, no foul, no damage really done. Fluffy AIMERS, they're able to fall away.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a case of fatigue for paiN, perhaps underestimating their opponent, maybe thinking that this would have been an easier ride, and having to adjust to the fact that, no, it will not be. Fluffy AIMERS. A couple of players with ECL experience, like I said, Jason and Learsy, had 2 seasons under their belt prior to this point. Everyone else rookies. Dia impressed a lot of people throughout his advanced tenure.
That's a
AWP,
nice
and there's
peek.
peeping, yeah, over the top of the smoke,
Man's
getting Zevy.
living up to his name with that angle. Zevy down. This is a tough start here for paiN, and I mean, they've had a lot of these go against them, right? A lot of opening picks, putting them into 4v5s. Even done a decent job of recovering, but they're very much having a tough time feeling the pace of play for Fluffy AIMERS.
It's actually one of paiN's biggest weaknesses, in fact. On their T sides in particular, they're losing more opening duels than they're winning. Their highest rated player on their T side in terms of openers is Biguzera at, Skulls at a 0.94 rating right now.
Pressure on, faster pace of play, maybe catching off guard. That's a good flash, bang, but Sacrifice, he's got to capitalize. Does a ton of damage. He ultimately goes 1-for-1, so if they can dig out Dia. Wow, this gets so very good. That's being shuffled. Up into the pit. Skull's fumbling with the C4, but, well, a couple quick kills means that this is going to be all good.
See,
Biguzera just kills 2.
This is what paiN does, right? They don't get that opening frag more often than not on their T side, but then they recover in such a ridiculous way. Like, they just get a few frags in their favor going into that B site, and it all topples in their direction. Afterwards, Fluffy AIMERS can't do anything, even though that start was tremendous for them. 16-15 for paiN. But we are in overtime. That means probably going to have buy-ups that are very comfortable for each team for the majority of the time. Nice nade toss there. Big U and Zevy going to go down to about the half health mark, and Dia another opener. Man, he is playing some great CS, and then peeping finds NEKiZ 5v3.
Disjointed on that. I mean, clearly
time,
NEKiZ
yeah.
and Big U were supposed to play together, so then NEKiZ just tries to chase the space, but he has no idea peeping's there. And so as a result of this, FA now in a prime position to close. Let's see if the individual star power for paiN can funnel them still back through this, can give them the pop-off they need, and
They might
they
get
are being
B.
afforded the B site for free.
Yeah, Fluffy AIMERS playing passively there for now. I mean, they've still got, Learsy hovering around towards coffins, and he will make it there, but he's by his lonesome. If there's a smoke that sections off Sacrifice, it's all Learsy.
There's a flashbang over. Learsy going for a peek, not finding it just yet, with the utility sailing in.
Gap in the
Oh,
smoke.
there's a gap in
My
that cross
goodness.
smoke. Can't be having that. Flashbangs are good, so they won't be punished on the gap. But Zevy doesn't get off the bomb very healthily. Skull's going to try and make this happen for them. Skull's going to try and make the pop-off happen. HARDZao commits himself just to 1, so Skull's in a, well,
Oh, he's dead.
1v3. He's
Yeah.
gone. He's gone.
What a
Through
shot.
the new box, just dropped straight down to dirt. And that's going to be a defuse on for FA.
Wow. What a shot from Dia. I mean, unreal stuff. What is he at now? 27 and 18 behind peeping, who wasn't really on my radar, to be honest, Mike, at 29 and 19. It's usually Jason, as I was saying, who's at the top of the scoreboard. Sacrifice after that, and peeping's more of a supporting player, but man, he's doing a great job here. Tied up 16-16. Final round of the first half, the first OT. paiN Gaming. Again, struggling to find those openers. And that's really the reason why they've been not able to find that momentum on their T side, because they're constantly having to fight from behind. And again, here, what a weird way for Zevy to go down, but it's the nade that drops him. It feels like they're just getting a little too passive when they're trying to go towards top mid for whatever reason.
Maybe. I mean, they've lost a lot of bodies here on the initial takes,
Yeah.
right? Lost a lot of bodies on the initial peak, so they're trying to take the space without casualties. And now, I mean, this is the individuals. This is HARDZao, perhaps feeling the pressure in this last round to try and open something back up. He's been spotted. They're not giving him the fight. It has actually pulled the rotator over from A, so if they commit to this, this isn't a bad read. NEKiZ is expecting the aggression back in. If there's a flashbang around this corner, Dia might get caught. But now he's got reinforcements. Peeping's coming back into support, and Dia and Peeping have been such big firepower pieces, but there. They trusted that the repeak would come. NEKiZ left on the angle, and now the wrap on A is coming to fruition. Sacrifice wants to try and bail this out, but in the meantime, there's just a walkout. Oh, piguzera! Only gets one! Two exposed. They know where the next one is. Still an advantage found here, and it's all going to be good. He got the information for his team, and he got one kill, and it turns out that was enough. Lucy, he'll make an attempt at this, of course. We're done with this half of overtime after this round, but what can he do? Out of time, out of clock, out of spot. Lucy, closing the gap, closing the distance. What does he do? Doesn't have enough time here. I mean, you know, he's got the kid. He's got a little bit of time, but not like this. Gotta make your move. Gotta make your move, Lucy. Stats don't matter here. And down he will go.
Actually, the save would have been a good idea. I'm crazy. Sorry, I'm in the regulation.
I was gonna say
so
you can't take it with you. You cannot take it with you, John.
I'm lost a little bit, Mike. To be honest with you.
Lost in the sauce, much like paiN. I mean, getting this close for the fluffy AIMERS. But now, 2 rounds up onto their CT side. This is now a prime chance for paiN to close.
Yeah. All right, paiN 17-16. I was gonna say piguzera looking like the fluffy aimer in that round, as he could not hit his spray, and well, he eventually got that frag right, but in the end, paiN were able to win the round. That's all that counts. The second round of OT just disappeared in my mind, Mike. I didn't realize we were in the 3rd round of that.
Yeah. No worries.
Yeah.
No worries. It's okay, John. I definitely hadn't mentioned it before. It's okay. I know you don't listen to me. You never listen to me.
I'm sorry, Mike.
Zoning out there. Dia, though. Continuing that trend of getting openers from the first half. They try and go for a cheeky peek with Zevy, and he gets deleted. Peek around. Dia not going to hit the timing shot on the next. But here's pressure over.
Dia has a ridiculous amount of opening frags. He might have the most in the server.
Does do. Very snappy with that aim. But interesting to see. Always interesting to get a new opera out.
Yeah.
Do have a lack of them in the region, frankly.
Yes.
So new opping talent is exciting. Speaking of which, piguzera, he's going to try and beat that opper in this round, and Sacrifice ready for him. Waiting for that peek. That's exactly what they were holding for. The flashbang fact through. That was a commitment. They thought it was the isolated player. Thought it was the lurk. Thought they could clean it up. And, well, if it had just been the lurk, A-okay. Problem is, teammates were all there. And now Peeping's making his way onto site. Interesting that they call this on towards A, having killed everybody B. Oh, HARDZao, you better get the gun out. You better get the gun out. He'll take the first. For more HARDZao. Dink, but no kill. And this one, well, I mean, Skulls could try. This would take a monstrous performance to get back through.
Yeah, it just felt like paiN were banging their heads against the wall there. Skulls is going to get one, but so committed to trying to win that fight down banana that at the end of the day, fluffy AIMERS will get their 17. I mean, they sent one, they sent a second afterwards, and they tried to flash out a third, nothing doing at all. Fluffy AIMERS continued to rebuff everything. It's just, yeah. And the biggest problem, again, is paiN cannot find that opening frag. It's constantly fluffy AIMERS. And I mean, credit to Dia, of course, who's delivering on a lot of those, Peeping as well for some. But, I mean, Dia's op has been really impressive.
Just Dia taking the op this round. Looking for the banana aggression, not quite getting it. There's a lot of util, so they've taken the space, but they might find it difficult to hold on to purely off the nades. Amazed they haven't found any damage. That's actually astonishing for how many nades they chucked out. There's the kill. All right, finally an opener for paiN. They can capitalize.
It's about time.
Is about time. In the nick of time, perhaps.
Hmm.
So they look for another map point.
Fluffy aimers lined up here at banana. They're gonna consider peeking a dry. Oh no! There's the NA Molly. You missing it?
Oh, rough there. That would have been a very well-timed molly indeed.
Yeah.
Bit unfortunate there. 40 seconds, though. It is going to be the full commit in towards the site. That's just kind of all they've got. And with 3 crosshairs here, timing on this flash could be everything. Skull's just going to try and toss it. As the execute comes in, here it is. Here's the flashbang to set up. Might actually all get sectioned out of this. NEKiZ from the flower pot. They're so slow into this, our fluffy aimers, and that's why they wanted to read on the flower pots. But here comes the play through. Skulls takes 2. Biguzera one more. Sets up peeping in a clutch. He'll have enough time to plant this bomb, but the retake will be swift. He's got the C4 down. The player flying up banana could catch him. Oh, I think just spotted him getting into the corner. Zevy knows he's here. Reading this nicely, but he's still got to hit the shot. That's a big test. He's got the first. They isolated, but Zevy will bring him down, and it doesn't matter if you win these rounds by an inch or a mile. Another map point is found for paiN.
Peeping almost the ace clutch for the fluffy aimers. That was so very close. In fact, I thought he had a moment there where he was going to be able to take down Zevy, but Zevy just a touch quicker with the AWP. Peeping leading the server at 34 and 22. The closest player behind him is Skulls, who's been playing out of his mind lately for paiN. That hasn't changed here. He's got 30 frags and 19 deaths. Oh, goodness gracious me. 18 to 17. Another opportunity at closing this map out here for paiN Gaming. And NEKiZ is just going to full send it down mid. Okay, NEKiZ, let's see if this works out. He's going to wait around the corner. Flashman's going to get tossed. Look at the timing.
They never expect it. No world, and he takes more. He'll finally be dropped low. Maybe a bit of overconfidence in, but they want the death blow now. They're wasting no time. Not letting any cheeky plays come through. They've got this deep control as well. Log control now available. Smokes to set it up. Bigu's under risk. They're trying to make the play, but the trade, is it there? Skulls doesn't want to get caught. It's coming back the other way now. It's getting real weird. Learcy going to the pistol to try and catch this. But as he accelerates now, teammates on the angle.
That Molotov, yeah.
He'll be rebuffed. He has to back away. He has to give it up. Bomb wasn't even with them, right? So Learcy was just trying to chase that 1 kill. Can't blame him for it. But they've rezoned this. They've resectioned this control back out. Smoke will gain the space. They might be thinking they pulled the presence off of A, but Hardzao's been waiting here patiently.
Yeah, they've got the time, do the fluffy aimers, to make a rotation, and it's the right call. But
there's the bomb.
Yeah.
All right, Learcy, what do you got for us? It's been one hell of a map for the fluffy aimers to make their debut in this season of ECL, but now it's just Learcy. Just this one, man. Hardzao's wary. There's the spot. Now they know Hardzao might get the finishing blow, and indeed it will be Zevy to put him down. paiN Gaming survive on Inferno, but I don't think they were expecting anything close to that level of a challenge.
No, absolutely not. And it felt like they were lost at the wheel at one point because of how much fluffy aimers were bringing to the table. Some of their executes on T side were disjointed. A lot of executes.